What happens when the dead rise, you're stuck in a mall, and you're forced to listen to a guy named CJ?
Well, it's tough shit, because this is our place and you can't stay here.
2004, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead has fast zombies, explosions, and yeah, a zombie baby. Today we're going to be breaking down Dawn of the Dead from the first bite down to the last boat ride. Now this is early 2000s zombie horror, probably at its finest, and I think a little revisit was needed. So stick around, because today we're going to be finding out 2004 Dawn of the Dead. Was it good? We start off the film meeting Anna. She's a nurse. She's finishing up a shift and heads home to her husband, trying to make sure she makes it to date night. The next morning, they're woken up by the neighbor's daughter, face all mangled up, and this little brat bites Anna's husband's neck off. He turns damn near instantly and attacks Anna. Chaos erupts. Anna escapes through the bathroom, naturally, and as she does that, you notice that everything is collapsing around her. Eventually, Anna crashes her car into a ravine, and we are then greeted by the rest of the cast. You get Kenneth, who is a sergeant, Michael, Andre, a father-to-be, and Luda. Could be foreshadowing. They conveniently are right next to the mall. As they enter, they clear out what zombies are there. Eventually, they encounter the mall security guards, CJ, Bart, and Terry. You get kind of like a tense standoff, but eventually they're let in. CJ remains tense at first, obviously, given that he's trying to survive, but over time you tend to notice the dynamic shift. Not too long after they enter the mall, a box truck drives through the parking lot and slams itself into a dock. Michael and Andre go to secure the survivors, and this is when you notice that the survivors who were in the truck also brought infected ones. I'm gonna be honest, infected or not, I don't think I would have let her in. Just saying. Now, as this happened, you start to notice that the tensions are starting to rise, especially with, if you're keeping a keen eye, Luda tends to be hiding something. You find out that one of the survivors, Frank, is bitten, and apparently nobody in this group has seen a zombie film before. Eventually though, as you would assume, Frank does turn and is killed. I guess you could say he was taken care of. And then you meet probably one of the best decisions for a survivor, Andy. Andy is a survivor at the gun shop across the street. Where else would you want to be? I'm surprised everybody decided to go to the mall outside of the gun shop. This guy is stranded and alone, and I tell you what, he's got a hell of a shot. Hey, slow down there. I see you're still watching the video. Obviously you love early 2000s movies. Go ahead and click that like button. If you're interested in these type of breakdowns, why don't you go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell. We do these weekly, and if this is kind of your thing, go ahead and watch the last video. Anyways, back to the video. The group communicates with him through whiteboards and signs, and they pass the time by playing chess. Throughout the time, you start to notice that the group dynamic again is starting to lighten up a little bit. Everybody starts to get to know each other. You learn a little bit about Michael's backstory, and Andre wants to just take care of Luda, which we really haven't seen much given that she is pregnant and everyone kind of is giving them their space. Eventually, however, Luda does give birth, but before that could happen, right before that could happen, she turns into a zombie. Andre has to hide it. The baby is born. Then we learn that the baby is a zombie. Obviously, I mean, it's early 2000s, of course there's a zombie baby. As the group finds out, tensions rise a little bit, given that at the end of the day, everybody is kind of waiting to die. As the group is trying to figure out how to escape, they find out that Andy is starving.
I have an idea.
They come up with a plan to send a dog over that they have, that was found in a garage, over to Andy, given that these zombies are not attracted to this dog. They load him up with supplies and send him over to Andy. The pooch makes it over. Then some zombies get into the gun shop. Nicole then goes to save the pooch. As she does, we find out that Andy has turned. Reality kind of hits the group again, and then Michael comes up with a plan to modify 2 shelter buses to escape this mall and make it over to a boat so they can go to an island.
I'm in.
They pimp these buses out with armor, chainsaws. Once they get to the escape execution, it gets really crazy. Of course they do it at night, and we get a little bit of explosion action. They make their way over to the dock. Before that happens, however, CJ kind of redeems his jerk persona and sacrifices himself by shooting a propane tank. This helps blowing up a lot of the pursuing zombies. As they make it over to the dock, probably one of the worst turnings happen. You find out that Michael is bitten. Anna and Michael at this point kind of created a relationship together. However, once this is learned, Michael lets them go, which was such a shitty decision to make. I mean, has anybody ever thought of amputating? You got the time. Technically, this is where the movie ends. However, you get a a little bit of flash action during the credits. They find a camera on board. It's almost like a found footage flick. Then you learn that they're running out of supplies. They make it to the island, only of course to be greeted by another zombie horde. At this point, we could only really assume if they survive, and we kind of learned that in a zombie apocalypse, there is no real safe haven. Zack Snyder's 2004 rendition of Dawn of the Dead is not only fast, it's bloody and super chaotic, but very wholesome. This was Zack Snyder's director debut, and also, fun fact, it was written by James Gunn. Yeah, the James Gunn that wrote Guardians of the Galaxy. And I tell you what, this proves at least one thing. In a zombie apocalypse, cardio isn't optional. So there you have it, 2004 Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. We get character arcs, gut-punching moments, and honestly, probably one of the better executions on mall survival in a zombie apocalypse. The cinematography of the whole thing really does set the mood. You got these fast-paced, moving, kind of dramatic shots at the same time. The location's very simple. I mean, you're in one spot. How wide could you go in an abandoned mall? And I feel like the acting was very, very well executed at the end of the day. Michael being one of my favorite characters. However, CJ, he didn't deserve that, man. I mean, starts off as a jerk, yet you just gotta love him. Now, I got 3 questions for you. 1, was 2004 Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead good? Yes. 2, is it worth revisiting and watching again? Yeah, hell yeah. And 3, why aren't you subscribed yet? If you guys made it this far and you like these simple breakdowns, go ahead and like the video, comment your thoughts on 2004 Dawn of the Dead, and comment some of your favorite early 2000s movies. I plan on covering a lot more horror-based stuff. Next week, I got planned a film that legitimately fucked me up for my whole life, and I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. And guys, while you're at it, you tell me, 2004 Dawn of the Dead, was it good? If you like this video, we got videos every Monday. Go ahead and follow my Instagram. I'm working on a Twitter right now, and that's it. Okay, bye.
Okay, we're recording. We're making history here. I gotta have a record of this for when I write the book. Okay, I'm driving home from Mustang Sally's last night, and there's like a police roadblock ahead, and I'm thinking, oh shit, man, I've had like 7 shooters, so I take a ride on Birch. And God damn it!